Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Igama lam ndinguyolanda Rachel Sihlali, but for the channel purposes ndingu-Rach slash Rach photography slash building the future. But anyway, this is not what I'm here to talk about right now. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So if this video is interesting to you, please be sure to subscribe because there's more coming. Anyway, let's get into it. The reason why I am doing this particular video is I wanted to share, I decided it would be about the time I hit rock bottom and how I got there, what happened, what I went through in that time, and then how I got out of it. So, brace yourself. Well, this all began in 2016. We're in 2020 now. I was working at this job for now a year and a half or something, closer to the end of the year. It was a year and a half, almost 2 years working on the job that I was on, and I've had it. Basically, I was not content with where I am anymore, and I was not growing much, especially financially. And I felt like if I'm working to continue working, then what am I working towards? So what is the point of waking up every day to make enough money to just wake up every other day? So you get paid, you're 25, and then your money is just enough for you to work the whole month to get to the other month end. You get what I mean? So I was basically working to continue working, at least to maintain my month. So I found that not so helpful. I didn't see the point in it, and I told myself, okay, I'm gonna try to grow in here, or I'm gonna try to get out. Sikhuliswe as black people, we are raised to suck it up. We are raised to stay, whether it's hard, you maintain that relationship, you stay in that job even if it's not serving you anymore. So I think it might have been one of those for me too. And I was growing intellectually, I was learning new things. However, you reach a point where you like, I've learned enough for this salary. I think now my knowledge that I've gained needs to show in my wallet. Bana, listen, Yolanda, you've learned a lot. While you're here, we've trained you. We feel like now you deserve better. Like we could add 2,000, but that was not happening. So it got to a point where I was fed up. I had it, but there's another story to it where I had an issue with my boss closer to the end of the year, and then I can just safely say he failed to admit that he was wrong, and I failed to understand why I would put myself in that situation for another year. So when the year began, which is 2017, I started the job like we started the year, and then we had a sit down to debrief on what we want to do for the rest of the year, to resolutions basically. And we had a conversation, and it got to a point where we were like, this is not serving us anymore. Like, we are not happy with each other, and not that I'm not doing my job or you're not doing your part. You are, but not really. But I'm just telling you, but it was not serving the people in it anymore. So the decision was made, Bana, I am out. And listen, okay, Kula, I am out again. Obviously, I'm gonna serve a month or two. I think it was 2 months notice. I don't know. And I had no plan. The only plan I had was to get out. I had nothing planned beyond that. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta trust in God's plan. So I did. So Mamela again, what had happened was I was not staying at home, I was renting an obs. But not really renting an obs. The company I was working for was renting an obs because there was a lot of drama with too that needed my other colleagues to be closer to work because of the situations they have. So it ended up being a thing, but we might as well all move closer. And then the boss was like, you could either choose a salary increase or we pay rent, but he was strongly suggesting the rent for where I was staying. And knowing him, I knew that salary increase is not something that's gonna happen. If it happens, it's about into 1 month, 2 months, the next thing you know, we're human, right? We make mistakes. You make one super mistake where you call the wrong person. Like it was a guy who was twins. And then even though no, you're not competent enough for this salary increase, we're taking you back to that because nah. I'm gonna cut that part out. No, I have to cut that part out, but I can get into the details of it some other video. So I took the move. And then I moved out of home. And then I stayed at OBS and stayed with my colleague. So now, so when the contract ends, a contract non-existent ends, and we decide to part ways, I no longer had a place to stay. I could move back home, but I had recently been reunited with a friend that I hadn't seen in years. So we decided to move in together because she was looking for a place to stay outside of Cape Town. So we decided to move in together, and I was not ready to move back home. So we move in together now. Let's take this. Cape Townians, you know this. I moved from Khayelitsha, Ekhaya, to Observatory. And then lived there for maybe 6 months. Then I stopped working and had to move from Observatory to Mfuleni. I'm sure the name on its own tells you the place that I'm talking about. And if Mwasekapa, you will know the difference between Obs and Mfuleni. And if you're not Mwasekapa, Google is your friend. So I moved from Obs to Mfuleni. It was fine. I was with my friend and I spent a lot of time. I was my girlfriend at the time as well. So I was happy, like, oh, baby's here. And baby and I, it happened that we both left our jobs around the same time. So we spent a lot of time together. And my friend Naya, we spent a lot of time together because all three of us are not working. I am doing my freelance photography. My friend, the one I was staying with, is a fashion designer. So the thing was, it thought process behind us all staying together. Firstly, it's moving, so it's cheap. And well, 1.5 cheap. And secondly, it's me, it's the friend, it's the girlfriend at the time. So the three of us, I mean, we are women, we know how to hustle, we do things that we can make money from. My girlfriend stays at home, with her mom and sister, and I have a home just nearby. Like basically, if I take Uber from where I was staying in Fuleni to my house, my mother's house, it was 60 rand Uber. Taxi 15 rand. So I was not that far from home. So we'll be okay. Like, it wasn't hectic. And my friend, who's a fashion designer, the plan was I work on building this brand, fashion yake, by doing marketing, photography for her, social media things, and then liaising with people because you know, all she basically wanted to do was to design and to nibahla and right. So it worked for a few months, honestly, and then it didn't work. Like, we got to a point where we couldn't afford to pay rent 1.5. Okanye sizobhatala irent singakwazi uthenga ukutya. We needed to make other plans. I could have easily moved back home, and my mom didn't even know about California by that time. I don't know how I can get away with these things, but I do. So, Ulandoza, she was that close friend that goes to your house whenever she feels like it, even if you're not home. She's very close with your family. So she was that friend, but she fucked up in a way that made my family not like her anymore, not want to see her again. And she fucked me up as well, but at that time it was things I could forgive. And I am a forgiving person, I think. So I forgave everything, I moved on, but I was not expecting the family to do so. So the situation we were in where we couldn't pay rent anymore wasn't a situation where we could just move back to my house, because I can move back home easily, but where is she gonna stay? Yeah, boy. Luckily, I had this friend of mine who was very close, well, not very close, but close, and she was also an ex of mine, but we were closest friends at that time. So she pulled through for us, because I guess we'd pull through for each other, because there would be times where she would need a place to stay, and go and tell her, she stayed with me for maybe like a month or two, because she was in a tight space. And even when I was still staying at home, there was a time where she stayed, I think she was still the girlfriend then. She stayed for a month with me. So I needed a place to stay, not necessarily for myself, but for my friend to have a place to stay, because they don't know each other. So it was a thing of, I will move in if you will allow us to come stay with you together, because I understand that, oh babes, I was accommodate like yeah. So baby girl was kind enough to do that. Now, then I moved from Mfuleni to Nyanga. Yeah, born a little decline. First Kailicha, then you escalate, you go move in the burbs, and then boom, you are in Mfuleni, then bam, 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 uhlala enyanga. Nalapha enyanga uhlala kweyona ndawo deemed as dangerous, extremely. But I don't think, I didn't feel, when I was there, yes, I didn't feel safe, but I didn't feel it was as dangerous as they made it out to be. But who am I? I mean, now Enyanga has a completely deep, crazy, long story. Like, long story. I won't get into deep Kuyo. I think the Nyanga story is gonna be a separate story on its own. Like, it's gonna be a separate video on its own, maybe the week after next, because this weekend I'm posting Pride, I think, I hope. It was actually like a house full of 6 girls, like early 20s, between early 20s and very early 30s. So like, you can imagine, bana, like songy, it got to a point where our peers were in sync. We know what like, we were that close knit, because it's a 3-bedroom house, and in each bedroom sleeps 2 girls, and there's also kids in this house, and like, we are all going through our struggles of that time. So it's crazy, it's dramatic, it's alcoholic, my god, and it's women of the LGBTQI everything community. We only had one straight girl, I think baby girl was the glue. Shame. Not entirely okokoko, but she sometimes would be the sanity in all the madness. But we stayed there until the friend of mine, the one that I had moved for because she couldn't move, she didn't have a place to stay. Not baby girl. One totally different, and I don't know, like when I decided to leave, I was like, you know what, you're the reason I came here. And you seem like you're okay now. You seem like you can do this on your own. You seem like you don't need me here anymore. You are close enough with these people on your own that you even... I'll talk about it when I talk about that one space. So I felt like, okay, baby girl is okay now. She can handle herself. So I don't need to be here no more. Why am I here? Come on, eh? And my mom welcomed me with open arms. I was home, I was safe, I was happy, I had good food, not drinking as much anymore, so I looked healthier, my skin started glowing. And I did things with my life, you know. But oh, and I had broken up with a girlfriend. Oh, actually no, she had broken up with me. Yeah, anyway, that happened. I got through it, guys. I got through it. I'll tell you more about it on part 2. Part 2 is gonna be basically more detailed on... Actually, I should do it 3 different parts where I give more details about Inyanga, and I'm going to give more details about Mfuleni because that was first. And then more details about Inyanga, because I feel like life in Orbs was fun, it was great, it was everything. I was having a good time there. As abantu abahlala Orbs okanye baseKapa bayazi Orbs would know that you'd have a good time there. So life in Orbs was perfect for me. I was okay. But life is past, that's when I'm gonna get into the juicy details of it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys, because I only... Okay, listen, let's do this. Right now, while I'm recording this video, I have 17 subscribers. 17. So sibamba the community, and we're okay. Like Satanana, si happy. It's close people. It's mostly people I know. So when also subscriber number 18 possibly. If you're not number 18, please comment down below and tell me who number one. And then I'll check what happens. It should be fun, hey? Thank you. Bye.